Johnny, we're backstage here just outside Liam's dressing room. Him saying there that the pressure is all on Ben Whitaker. How much confidence do you think is Liam Cameron taking from that first fight?
Massive, massive confidence. Remember, he went in there thinking Ben Whitaker was something he realised he wasn't. So now that fight's done and he's tasted it, he's thinking, you know what? I really think I've got his number. Because he didn't even get out of first gear. He really fancies this.
Ralph has just knocked on the door. He's making his way there. He said that he needs to get the fire in his belly. He needs to get that fear factor. Where does he get that from?
You look at that look on his face. That fear factor's right there. The fire in his belly. When you've got the knock on the door from Ralph, you think this is it. It's game time again. You know, and I love that as a fighter. Sends shivers up your spine.
All right, let's get to it then. It is Ben Whitaker and Liam Cameron, the rematch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. This is your main event of the evening. Birmingham, are you ready for the rematch? Scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds for the IBF International Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome, Liam Cameron.
What you're here and doing as well as you're doing is me. What do you call it, motivation? Huh? To stay alive? Because I think that people die sometimes when they don't want to live no more. And nature is smarter than people. Think little by little, we lose our friends, we lose everything. We keep losing and losing until we say, you know, oh, what the hell am I living around here for? I got no reason to go on. But with you, kid, boy, I got a reason to go on. And I'm going to stay alive. And I will watch you make good. And I'll never leave you until that happens. Because when I leave you, you'll not only know how to fight, you'll be able to take care of yourself outside the ring too. Is that okay? And if you ever get hurt and you feel that you're going down, just a range voice going to whisper in your ear. He's going to say, get up, you son of a... Because Mickey loves you. Okay? Thanks, Mick.
Jesus who walks with me. Jesus who walks with me. Jesus. Jesus who walks with me. Jesus who walks with me.
Okay, let's have a look at the tail of the tape. Cameron, the older of the two by 7 years. The height difference is significant. Whitaker is tall. He's one of these people who, when you're up close with him, he's taller than you think he's going to be. They both made the weight yesterday. A little bit of a talking point with Whitaker, but ultimately he got down to championship weight. They both had the next morning weigh-in today. No issues there either. Cameron has a lot more experience, but in this second phase of his career, the odds favouring Whitaker. There are just so many possible outcomes here. You can make a case for so many different things. Under pressure, that's where he is tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 10 3-minute rounds for the IBF International Light Heavyweight Championship. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer in association with Frank Warren of Queensbury Promotions. Brought to you live on Sky Sports. Presented by our official partners, Betfred, Riyadh Season, That Prize Guy, Hell Energy, Car Finance 24/7, and Champion. Our supervisor in charge, Tony Tiberi. Our steward in charge, Charles Giles. Our timekeeper, Jason Booth. And our judges at ringside, Michael Alexander, Amar Sakrawi, and Leszek Jankowiak. And our referee in charge when the bell rings, Howard Foster. So, to those of you watching around the world, to those of you joining us right here in Birmingham, England, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing the black trunks with gold trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 12 stone, 6 pounds. He holds a professional record of 23 victories versus 6 defeats and 1 draw, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Sheffield, England, introducing the former Commonwealth middleweight champion, Liam Cannonball Cameron. And now his opponent, the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the beige trunks with white trim. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 12 stone 7 pounds. He holds an undefeated professional record of 8 victories, opposite no defeats and 1 draw. And he fights out of Darlaston, West Midlands, England. Introducing the Olympic silver medalist, gentlemen, the surgeon, Ben Whitaker!
Okay guys, once you go to the dressing room with what I expect, keep it clean, drink straight away when told. Want to watch your heads and close, good luck to you both, touch luck. Good.
Howard Foster, our referee. Final words from the trainers. 6 months on, the reckoning is upon us.
For the first round.
So here we go, 10 rounds or fewer in the light heavyweight division. Whitaker in the beige, Cameron in the black. Cameron with that tight guard. He's got a simple method. There's nothing flashy about him. There doesn't seem to be too much all that special, but when you look at the all-round package, he's a fighter who knows who he is and what he is. He will take that space, he will creep in, he will block and ride those punches, and when he's close enough, he will let his hands go and look to bring that kind of heat that Whitaker struggled to deal with when they met in Riyadh.
There's a nice right hand for the body from Whitaker there.
Just got that right hand in round the back of the guard there, Whitaker as well. Looking for the overhand right. Half-court Whitaker round the back of the head. Whitaker setting his feet and putting some gas on that right hand.
Whitaker's looking nice and relaxed to start off with. He's just getting behind that jab, picking his other shots off it. Not looking for anything too big at the moment.
And his punches look sharp and crisp. You know, he's even placing them to the body up. There's no slow coming back. No. Very sharp.
I feel that Cameron looks a little bit tense, to be fair. A couple of times he's thrown a slow left hook as he's stepping in, which is quite dangerous against a counter-puncher like Whitaker, who can come up with a sharp right hand over the top of that.
Foster just having a quiet word with Cameron about letting one go around the back of the head, which he did do. Into the final minutes of round one. Planting that jab. Trying to pierce that guard. Cameron stepping across, looking to let that right hand go. He will bring this pressure, as we said. He will creep in, keep coming in. He's not particularly explosive, doesn't have that burst of acceleration, but the pace, the tempo that he does bring is consistent.
And that's a good right hand from Cameron. They call one back from Whitaker. Good response.
Yeah, just consistent, steady pressure from Cameron. That's what he'll be, just trying to get a little bit closer, round by round, and trying to keep Whitaker working harder than he wants to, hoping to catch up with him as the round fights go on.
Cameron's team will be expecting the first 3 rounds Whitaker's going to be razor sharp, and he's going to be outboxed, and he's going to be taking shots. But it's about, can he tire him out down the stretch through the middle rounds?
Good opening round though from Whitaker. He'll be happy with that.
There's the QR code, give that a scan. You can score the fight, give us your verdict.
Thanks. Next jab up and down. Don't panic.
Yeah, there's a good double jab. Right hand from Cameron.
But the response from Whitaker there on that, on the recoil,
sharp with the right hand.
In fact, he gets some good leverage in that right hand. I feel that Cameron's right hand was just caught him on the end of it, whereas Whitaker did get a lot of power in that one.
So into the second.
Yeah, I think all the punching from Whitaker was crisp. You know, it was sharp. There was nothing lazy when he was pulling the hand back after landing the shot. Going up and down nicely, head and body with the jab.
Cameron's going to make sure that he brings his feet in rather than reaching. Again, counter punching. When you're reaching, you overshoot yourself, and you're wide open for somebody like Whitaker to counter.
It's something he does tend to do, is come over the top of that front foot a bit. As you say, he needs to keep those feet underneath him. Left to the body there from Whitaker. He's looking to curl that right hand in round the back of the guard, because Cameron has got those gloves up to protect the front of the face, but maybe not so much round the back into the side of the head and the ear. Whitaker just comes off the ropes and grabs hold of Cameron. Quite obviously there, the referee gets in nice and quick.
Bit of blood coming from Cameron's nose there. Probably the effects of that jab from Whitaker.
That's a better looking jab from Cameron, just pops it out. Bearing up the weight of shot there, Whitaker. Good right hand though from Cameron there. To southpaw briefly, looks to step in and find the left of the body. Having a bit more success in this round, Cameron.
The important thing for Cameron... Oh, that's a great right hand!
She's there from Whitaker, and he's rocked here, Cameron. He's in big trouble here. The referee is having a close look. His legs are not steady. He's sitting down on the ropes. And Cameron has been stopped here. Foster has jumped in and stopped the fight. He got him going, and he was on shaky legs at that point. And then you can make the case that the ropes kept him up in that red corner. The referee, though, let it go on a little bit longer and then jumped in and stopped it. There's a little bit of commotion at ringside here. Andy Lee just getting a hold of Ben Whitaker. Cameron himself is looking to go and speak to Whitaker without any kind of malice there at all. There's an enormous amount of emotion flying around this ring. Lee Eaton up on the far side as well seemed to take exception to something that he felt that Whitaker may have done in celebration. Is very difficult to see. The stoppage itself, though, Matt, let's get back to that, because that's the crucial issue here. It was a good shot that landed. Whitaker going around the ring now, just mocking the crowd slightly, asking them to raise their voices, because he didn't get the best reception when he came in here. He didn't get the best reception when his name was read out when he was in the ring. He looked a little bit surprised by that, but ultimately he has done the business here. We wondered whether that punch power would increase under Andy Lee, and it looks like it may well have done. What did you make of the stoppage?
I'd like to see it again. Initially, I thought it was a bit premature.
Watch his left leg.
But his legs definitely went. I mean, it was a good shot. His legs went, and he backed off quickly. Ben Whitaker sensed it, jumped on him, unloaded with hard shots. Didn't really, you know, it happened quick, and I'd like to see it again. But my first reaction was, oh, that was a bit soon. He should have given Cameron a bit longer to at least try and get back into it. To be honest, I'm going to see it again. Yeah, I think Ben was going to do him anyway. I think he was going to stop him anyway, but I thought it was a bit premature. But I do need to see it again.
It did. I know what you're saying. It did look premature, and at first I did think that, but it was in the barrage, not the initial shot. Obviously, the initial shot, his legs have gone. But when he gets backed up and he goes into the corner and he takes a couple of shots, his left leg actually kind of like kicks out in front of him and stiffens up. And I thought then he's completely gone. The leg's completely gone. So he was going to get knocked out pretty bad. I'm certain of that.
I think so too. I thought the ref maybe could let it go a couple of seconds longer, maybe. I need to see it again.
First look, it does look like that. If you haven't seen the leg, if you don't see the leg, for me, I saw the leg kick out and I thought, oh.
I didn't see that.
Okay, we're going to get the final announcement first, and then we will have a look at the replay, so we don't leave these two hanging around in centre ring too long. What an explosive performance, so that was from Ben Whitaker. A Whitaker early stoppage is not a result that many people picked. Nobody I've spoken to this week thought that that would happen. It just goes to show anything can happen when that bell goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Howard Foster calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 53 seconds of the second round. Declaring your winner by TKO and still undefeated and still the IBF International Light Heavyweight Champion, the Surgeon, Ben Whitaker.
Good sportsmanship between the pair of them. There were no real complaints or protests from Cameron when the fight was stopped. That's a point that is worth making. It's been so anticipated, this. All the talk really throughout the week was, could Whitaker take the heat, the pressure that Cameron would bring? Maybe he'd build up a lead and would need to hang on towards the end, but we felt that at some stage it would really get rough for him. But he has answered all of the critics there, and he has done it in style.
He started off so sharp. I mean, that jab was just razor blades. Look at that right hand there.
I mean,
And then he goes straight downstairs. What? Yeah.
It's one of them, yeah. I mean, he didn't punch back, did he? He sagged into the corner. I don't think you can really argue with that. I mean, that was a good shot here. Nailed him. And then he jumps on him, unloads. You see him, then he staggered back there, legs are unsteady. He's unloading here.
And just here, he takes the seat on the bottom rope, the knees dip, and that's when Foster jumped in.
And he's not complaining there, is he, either?
But it did look to be a slightly unsavoury incident.
Yeah, he sticks his head through and he's shouting at the opposition corner. There's no need for that.
What's that?
When he stops Cameron, the reason why it kicks off with the fans, with Cameron's management and team, is it looks like he sticks his head up through the ropes towards the corner team.
Right, okay.
Well, we'll see in a second, but let's just have another look at the finish. And the referee was very, very close. And meanwhile, he makes his way over to the other side of the ring, sticks his head through the ropes.
That's Grant and Pierce there. That's his corner. That's classless. That's classless. I don't care how good your performance is. I don't care whether the crowd boo you or what. Their man's just got beat, just got stopped. Rushes straight across there to stick his head through the rope. That's classless. There's nothing to excuse that. I understand emotions. You want to celebrate. Jump on the rope. Celebrate to your fans and stuff like people normally do. But don't go over to the other man's corner.
And you can see that he spat. Right,
I didn't see that.
I don't think he spat. I think
that would just come out of him.
Spit came out, but I don't think he spat at him. I think that was just, it just came out. I don't think he spat at him.
Okay, well, there's a lot to talk about.
A lot of stuff. Listen, brilliant performance, outstanding performance. That was really, really good. Unexpected as well by a lot of people. That's the way to answer your critics coming off of what he did. Class, brilliant.
Time.
But the ending bit, there's no need for that.
He let himself down a bit there.
Okay, we'll be getting into all of that and hearing from him next.
Ben Whitaker, congratulations. I mean, so much intensity, so much hype, so much has been said. What about that to answer any critics? Did you think that was the sort of performance that you were capable of producing?
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, this would not be possible. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. That's it.
I think a lot of people in the industry thought that this, again, could be a tough fight. Again, you would have to probably wade through some deep waters. I think very few people picked an early stoppage for Ben Whitaker.
I should have done the 12 now, shouldn't I? But all jokes aside, we knew we would do that. The way I've been performing in camp, I said it was very cliche, but it was the best camp of my life. And I've got so much to thank Andy Lee. A lot of people after a fight like that, they washed their hands of me, and I liked it. But Andy came out and said, look, I know what you've got inside of you. Come to Ireland and let me show you what you can do. And that's what we did.
Look, I have to ask about post-fight, what happens there. There's obviously an incident in the corner. The pictures, you know, they interpret it in various ways. Did you spit there at that corner? I have to say, no, I'm asking here. No, Andy, I'm saying that the pictures, this is your chance to address it. The pictures there, obviously you celebrated in their face. I have to ask you that.
Listen, you had everybody boo me, man. They portray me as a bad guy. But at the end of the day, I worked very hard. My emotions came out, and I was roaring like a lion. If a little bit of dribble came out, a bit of dribble came out. But at the end of the day, Jesus is king, and he's the one that put the spirit in me tonight to perform the way I did.
Listen, I know that you both think I've low-blowed you there. The pictures, everybody's talking about them. I just have to ask you about that.
Listen, no one can underestimate what this man has gone through in the last 6 or I don't know how many months, since the first fight with Cameron. Mentally, the barrage of insults, and the fact that he's still standing here in the ring tonight, like, not many people could put up what he's gone through. And he's still here, and he's still standing, and he's come out and performed like that. His emotions are bound to get carried away. This is a champion, and listen, I know for a fact, I'm not going to spend time with somebody who's not worthy of my time. This guy is the best person you will ever spend time with, and he is an emotional guy, and he did lose control, but that's only natural considering all he's been through in the last 6 or 7 months.
Well, I've just given you the opportunity to have your say on it. What about what comes next now? Because obviously that's a statement performance. Very few people have done that to Liam Cameron, if anyone. So I think perhaps things are back on the rails, so where's this journey going?
Fair play to Liam. We spoke in the ring, and he said, no one's ever hit me like that. And then I hugged him and thanked him. I said, thank you very much, because what happened in Saudi needed to happen. It made me open up the door. It made me work harder. I'm still flashy. I'm still swaggy. You saw me on that ring walk. It was beautiful. But when I came in here, I was very disciplined, and people know now I can hit.
Dare I say there was a little bit of the old Ben Whitaker there. We kind of became used to the flash and the brash, and we didn't see that in the first fight, that maybe that natural flair is something you need to harness.
People need to understand my lifestyle went 100 miles an hour. I come from a humble family. My dad worked 2 jobs. My mom worked 2 jobs. And then everything was coming. People was following me. People was driving past my house, calling me, doing this and that. So I got lost in it. But what I did was calm down, go to Ireland, lock in. And you saw Ben Whitaker there, the real Ben Whitaker.
I'll ask you on what you want to do next. Let's bring in Ben Shalom. Probably a relief man from that sort of performance.
Firstly, I'm just so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. To see what he's gone through in the past 6 months is incredible. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but he's just proved what he is, and that is an elite light heavyweight that's going to go right to the top of the sport. I'm so happy for him, happy for his family, but the future is so, so bright. This is the biggest star in British boxing, and he's going to prove that.
So who do you want next? I have to ask you, this is your platform. There's going to be a lot of people that want to fight you. We know that. So who do you want to fight?
Get me to 5 guys, man. I've been in Ireland, dieting, living the life, thanks to my nutritionist, Scott. But it's 5 guys now. I need some food in my belly. I've had enough of that broccoli and rubbish.
You've earned it tonight. Quality performance. Well done.
Well done indeed. Congratulations then to Ben Whitaker. Haven't heard of that fight opponent, have you, 5 guys? Not heard of him. Join us next week. It is going to be an absolutely magnificent night live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But tonight, Ben Whitaker, well, he has silenced his critics, hasn't he? And he won in some style here in Birmingham. See you next week.